In this video, we're diving into the useState hook in React. The useState hook is a fundamental concept in React that allows functional components to manage state. So let's get started and explore how we can add state to functional components using React hooks. Get ready to explore React hooks. So what exactly is useState? Well, it's a React hook that allows you to add state to functional components. Think of it as a built-in tool that lets functional components manage and update their own data. It's a cornerstone for building interactive user interfaces with React. Let's take a look at the basic syntax of useState. First, you need to import useState from the React library. Then, inside your functional component, you declare a state variable using the useState hook. It returns an array with two elements: the current state value and a function to update that value. You can initialize the state with any initial value you want. Here's a simple counter example. We define a functional component called counter. Inside the component, we use the useState hook to create a state variable called count, initialized to 0. We also get a function called setCount to update the count variable. In the return statement, we render the current value of count and a button. When the button is clicked, we call setCount to increment the count by 1. When it comes to updating the state using the setCount function, there are a couple of approaches you can take. The first way is to pass a direct value to setCount. For example, you can directly set the count to 5. The second approach involves using a function to update the state. This function receives the previous state value as an argument, allowing you to perform calculations based on the previous state. In this case, we are incrementing the previous state by 1. The useState hook isn't just limited to numbers. You can use it with different data types such as strings, booleans, arrays, and objects. For example, you can define a state variable called name with an initial value of John, or a state variable called isVisible with an initial value of true. Similarly, you can initialize state variables with empty arrays or empty objects, depending on your needs. There are a couple of key points to keep in mind when working with useState. First, state updates trigger re-renders in React components. This means that whenever the state changes, React will automatically update the user interface to reflect those changes. Second, state updates are asynchronous. This means that when you call the state update function, the actual update might not happen immediately. React might batch multiple updates together for performance reasons. In summary, useState is a powerful hook in React that enables state management in functional components, making them dynamic and interactive. By using useState, you can easily manage and update data within your components, allowing you to build complex user interfaces with ease. Congratulations! useState hook complete. If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit CodeLucky.com for more such useful content.